Well, here I am. Hey, everybody, and welcome to Greg Thompson's Talent Showcase. My name's Greg Thompson, in case you didn't know. And I've got three great guests with me tonight, and I'm going to bring them in right now. And they're going to perform for us tonight. And I'm going to interview them and just chat and have a little fun with them. So the first one we're going to bring up, I'm going to bring them up in order, and then I will send the other ones back to the green room, so to speak. So the first one is Patrina, and she is a Pink impersonator. Say hey to everybody, Patrina.
Hello. Hi. I don't sound like Pink when I talk, but I sing.
Okay. Well, next we're going to have a friend of mine that I actually met in 1999. We were just talking about that earlier. And this is Rick Melvern from right here in Orlando. Say hello to everybody, Rick.
Hey, Rick. Hello, everybody, Rick. Hey. Oh, I'm sorry. How you guys doing out there?
And I'm going to bring up the chat here in just a little bit too. Let me bring that up there. Now, for those of you who are watching, if you don't type in your name, all I see is Facebook user. So make sure you type in your name. Let us know who you are. And next, we have Dame Edna. Say hello to everyone, Dame.
Oh, hello, possums. Hello.
Well, we are looking forward to having all of you perform, and we're going to do it in the order that I introduced you in. So right now, Rick and Dame, please don't be offended, but I'm going to send you back to the green room, and we're going to let Pink take it. Yeah, sorry about that, man. All right, so we'll see you guys in just a little bit. Okay, bye. All right, bye, Dame. There we go. So we're going to jump right in here and let you do a couple of songs for us. So I'm going to go back to the green room too, and the floor is all yours. Okay.
Okay, so I'm just going to sing a song, and then you'll come back, right?
Yeah, and then you can do another song if you will.
Oh, okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
The party started, haven't we? Really?
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Here's Pink.
Hi. We're going to get the party started. Why not? It seems the most obvious one to get the party started. And this is a great song you can all join in with. Woo! I'm coming up, so you better get this party started. I'm coming up, so you better get this party started. Get this party started on a Saturday night. Everybody's waiting for me to arrive. Sending out a message to all of my friends. We'll be looking flashy in my Mercedes-Benz. I got lots of style, check my gold diamond rings. I can go for miles if you know what I mean. I'm coming up, so you better get this party started. I'm coming up, so you better get this party started. Bumping up the volume, bringing down to the beat. Cruising through the wasteland, we'll be checking the scene. Boulevard is freaking as I'm coming up fast. I'll be Bunny Robin, you'll be kissing my. Pull up to the bumper, get out of the car. License place is starting, #1 superstar. I'm coming up, so you better get this party started. I'm coming up, so you better get this party started. Woo! Making my connection as I enter the room. Everybody's chilling as I set up the groove. Popping off the volume, breaking down to the beat. Everybody's dancing and they're dancing for me. I'm your operator, you can call anytime. I'll be your connection to the party line. I'm coming up, so you better get this party started. I'm coming up, so you better get this party started. I'm coming up, so you better get this party started. I'm coming up, so you better get this party started. Get this party started. Get this party started. Get this party started. Get this party started right now.
All right. That was fantastic. I've got a question for you about that song. Do you ever get tired of performing that song?
Yeah, as anybody does when they have to sing again and again and again. Luckily, I've got a few Pink songs under my belt, so I said, would you like this one instead?
That's nice. Now, do you perform as Pink out at the Villages a lot?
Not really. No. No.
They're not big Pink fans out at the Villages.
Well, they are. You know, the nice thing is I can be me. I can do my thing. I can be me. And what's nice is when I'm out there, people just say, "Oh, you got to do a Pink song. You look like Pink." Da 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 da. So you know, the Pink songs will come in with me. So I don't do a whole show of Pink. No, not really. Not much.
When somebody first said, "Hey, you look like Pink," did you go, "Who?"
Yeah, I go, no, I don't, do I? She looks like me because I'm older.
Well, I was a big fan of hers when she first came out. I guess I was in my 30s at the time, and when she came out with her CD, I went to my wife and said, I have a grown-ass man crush on a young lady. And she said, who's that? I said, her name is Pink, and she's an awesome entertainer. Well, I'll tell you what, have you got another song queued up for us?
Well, I was going to kind of say Pink also covers a lot of songs too. So I was going to do one of her cover versions.
Absolutely.
You know, because she does stuff from Janis Joplin through to Gnarls Barkley, Queen. She does a lot of stuff. You know, so I thought, you know what, let's do a little variation here rather than do another Pink song, because there are many, obviously. But I thought, you know what, because I know Get Your Party Started is a really good party one. It's a great for videos. You know, you can wish somebody, you know, get the party started. Let's get the party. You know, it's a great song. So is Raise Your Glass. That's a really good one too.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Yeah. Oh, should we do that one then? Let's do Raise Your Glass then. Why?
Oh, I would love it. That's my favorite Pink song.
Let's do that one then.
Okay.
And I'm going to raise my glass. I've got a glass of water here. I'm being very, very
I
good.
don't have a glass. I've got a glass of candle. That's all I got.
All right.
But I'll go get a glass of wine while you sing, and I can enjoy it. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, here is Patrina as Pink.
Thank you. Oh, little cogwheels going around. Here we go. Oh, let me do that one again. Sorry, a little bit of a hiccup there. You know what? I might do it from my other device down here, my backup device. Sometimes things go a little bit slow when we're doing live. So here we go. Got my little studio here. Right, turn off the light. We're gonna lose our minds tonight. What's the dealio? I love this song too much. 5 a.m. to the radio up. Where's the rock and roll? Party crasher, belly snatcher. Call me up if you want gangster. Don't get fancy, just get dancy. Why so serious? So raise your glass if you are wrong. In all the right ways, all my underdogs. We will never be anything but loud and nitty gritty. dirty little freaks. Won't you come on, raise your glass. Just come on, raise your glass. Slap, slap, oh hot damn. What part of party don't you understand? Wish you just freak out. Can't stop coming hot. I should be locked up round the spot. It's so on right now. Party crasher, penny snatcher. Call me up if you want gangster. Don't get fancy, just get dancey. Why so serious? So raise your glass if you are wrong. In all the right ways, all my underdogs. We will never be anything but loud and nitty gritty, dirty little freaks. Won't you come on, raise your glass. Just come on, raise your glass. Won't you come on, raise your glass. Just come on, raise your glass. Oh, shucks, my glass is empty. That sucks. You're too school for cool, and you treat it like a fool. You can choose to let it go. We can always party on our own. So raise your glass if you are wrong. In all the wrong ways, all my underdogs. We will never be anything but loud and nitty gritty, dirty little freaks. So raise your glass if you are wrong. In all the right ways, all my underdogs. We will never be anything but loud and nitty gritty, dirty little freaks. Won't you come on, raise your glass. Just come on, raise your glass. Won't you come on, raise your glass. Just come on, raise your glass. Great.
Yay! I
Thank
can just
you.
hear the tremendous roars of applause out there in internet land.
Yeah, we have to do that ourselves, don't we?
Yeah, we do anymore. Well, how long have you been singing professionally?
Ooh, since I was a bit of a late starter actually, 28. So
Okay, so about 4 years now, right?
yeah, not so long ago. But yeah, 28. So yeah, less than 30 years.
Okay. Well, I really appreciate. How can people get in touch with you if they go, "Hey, she's really good. I would like to have her perform for us virtually, or maybe on an outdoor stage with social distancing." How can folks find you?
I do have a Facebook page. It's called Pink. I've called it Pink Lookalike USA. So yeah, you can find me on there. That's probably the easiest way. Facebook is pretty much the best place, I think, really.
I do too. I've tried all the others, and I keep going, no, they just don't do what Facebook does for me.
No, and I like the videos you can upload and things like that. And the interaction, the live feed. Is it going live right now on Facebook?
And we are live right now. Yes.
Oh, fantastic!
We're live on about 4 or 5 different pages and groups and my profile, and so that's pretty cool. And then I'll leave this up, and I want you to share it with everybody so they can all see.
I will share it. I definitely will. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, there's opportunities to do private messaging. Singing their song, get the party started, or I sing a lot of other songs. Mainly, I sing songs right from the 1800s right to the present day. So if it's somebody's celebration, I can sing, or a wedding.
You stop.
Other things.
You sing a song from the 1800s.
Yeah, way back. Yeah, well,
What is it? Yankee Doodle? What is it?
When You're Smiling, I think that's it. Or You Made
Oh, no kidding.
You Made Me Love You. No, that was late. That was early 1900s. So You Do Something to Me. I don't know. There was a lot. There's Al Jolson kind of stuff. But When You're Smiling, I think that's the one that's the oldest one.
No kidding. I have to tell you, I know you perform a lot out at the Villages in Florida, and I have to tell you something that I believe that you would understand or share a story with you. Years ago, I'm a talent agent, and I had someone call me up and they said, "Hey, we need a piano player for one of the restaurants in the Villages." And I said, "Okay." So I sent a piano player out there, and I drove out there because I wanted to see how well he did and make sure he got set up properly. And the first song he started playing was "Roll Out the Barrels, Roll Out the Barrels." And everybody in there turned around and they were like,
Actually,
"What?"
they don't want to do that stuff anymore. No.
No.
They
And I
don't.
ran over and I said, "What are you doing?" And he said, "I'm playing old people music." And I said,
Oh my God.
"You know any Jerry Lee Lewis? You know any rock and roll?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Play that."
Yeah.
And then he started playing it because that's a party crowd out there in the Villages. I'm not kidding.
Oh my God, do they know how to party? And you know what's funny? When I moved here about 12 years ago, I was probably the only one singing like modern music, and I was kind of trying to gently bring them into it because they never heard of Pink. They just about heard of Lady Gaga so I was singing like jazz versions to try and feed them into it a little bit, so like a Poker Face, I had a little jazz version and but I had to gently, now everybody's singing the same stuff, but
Yeah.
kind of fun at the beginning because I was like a really minority of like, "Oh, she's weird. I don't know if we like her, but we keep seeing her." And then they keep following, and then they kind of go, "I think we like her." It's kind of, she's a bit odd. She doesn't do, rock and roll music that's huge in the Villages. So,
And because I told him, I said, he said, "Really play stuff from the 60s and 70s?" I said, "Look, 30 years ago, most of these people were 30. So, play
yeah.
Now I'm going to ask you one more question, then we're going to move on to my next guest tonight. When you started performing as Pink, you are actually, as we can tell from your accent, you're from the UK.
I am.
And Pink is not. So do people think anything about it, or do people think that Pink is British as well? How does that work?
No, it's really hard because I really don't know how to do an American accent. If I try and put it on,
You can't?
I'm awful. No, I don't know. When I sing, you wouldn't know. So if I'm going to sing Happy Birthday, I can just about put the in the birthday. That's about it, and I feel really odd doing that. But no, I just sing. When it comes to Pink, I just sing, and then I don't really talk much. But when it's me, and and I sing a Pink song, then obviously I can just be me.
I don't think anybody cares. I think they're like, what's that?
They don't really mind, actually. They kind of get it. It's like you can't do everything. You can't have everything. You can look like them. You can move like them. You can sing. And I don't think I actually sing exactly like her. I have to knock it down at one key at least anyway. Because she's like,
but you do her versions of it. So they are getting the whole Pink experience whenever you're doing a show as Pink.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, thank you for having me, Greg.
Yeah, well, thanks for joining me, and I'm going to let you go, and we're going to move over on to our next one. And in the meantime, I will see you on Facebook, okay?
Yeah, I know I haven't seen you for years, but I do keep in touch and see what you're doing. And good job on this, by the way. I love it.
Thank you. Good job to you too. Thanks for joining me. Have a good day. Bye-bye. All right, and next up, I'm going to go ahead and bring it up right now. There he is, Mr. Rick Melvern. Hey, Rick, how are you?
I'm doing good, buddy. How are you?
Good. Rick's been an entertainer for a few years now.
Thanks for being nice.
Okay. I was trying to handle it. That's what I say. I might be ignorant, but I'm not stupid. So,
oh my God.
The first time that we met, you were impersonating someone, but that did not become a career for you. You were impersonating James Brown at the, was it the Pepsi 500?
Yeah, back then it was called the Pepsi 500, and we were in Daytona Beach. And I had never sung in front of that many people in my life.
That's a lot of people.
That's a whole bunch of humanity out there. So it was really cool, man. It was such an energy surge. So yeah, did Living in America. And, did my best. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. And it was great meeting you too.
Yeah, I was on a golf cart. I got to ride around the golf cart, go down in the pit,
Mm.
and let y'all get up there and perform. And that was a lot
In
of
that
people
heat, in that July heat.
in Florida. Yeah. Now,
Exactly.
a few years ago, you've been an entertainer. You've seen how many different bands have you think you've sung with over the years?
Holy mackerel, Greg. Um, it's that whole thing. You just put together a band, and the minute you take the band picture, you break up in the next month. So you know
That's
how
what
it
they
is.
say. They say, well, my joke with my band is don't be on the end.
Right.
Don't be on the end in the picture because you can easily be
Just
photoshopped out.
take some scissors, man. Back in the day with scissors. Now you can Photoshop.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's been
that's
quite a
right.
few, man. We started out. I'm from Washington D.C. and
Oh, I didn't
me
know
and my
that.
brothers. Yeah, back then we thought we were going to be the next Jackson Five.
Uh-huh.
It was five
How
of
many of you
us.
were there?
It
Five?
was it's five brothers and a cousin, basically six. The only problem was it was like two sections of us. So my two oldest brothers were like they were 6 years difference than us. So by the time they did music, but by the time we started come along, 6 years later, it was me and my two brothers below me.
Hmm.
So we wanted to be the Jackson Five, but they were too cool for us. They were older and they
Okay.
didn't want to bother with us. So the other three, me and my other two younger brothers, we started in church and bands and just progressed from there.
Yeah. Now, a few years ago, you picked up impersonation and you started impersonating Stevie Wonder,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you did a fantastic showcase at the Sunburst convention.
man, that was so much fun. It just all started. Uh, John McConnell would book it.
Uh
We
huh.
used to do a show out at the House of Blues, and
Yeah.
they did the Blues Brothers show, and
Right.
I did like a Cab Calloway and then emceed, and they had a band play before the convention. The convention people got to see the actual show. So I
Right.
really wasn't doing anything then, but they always had like an Aretha Franklin. They had the Blues Brothers, and that kind of thing. But I was just doing like a regular guy. And then we would fly around and do conventions and stuff around the country. And one day we did a gig way out in Arizona. And there was another guy that did a Stevie Wonder impression. And I thought that was really cool. So I said, man, I'd like to give that a shot. And then, sure enough, a couple of years later, I talked to John about it. He said he'd give me a shot, and we did it. And now we have like a little Motown show we do with an Aretha,
Mhm.
Tina Turner, and myself, and we have a ball. So
Oh, I bet.
it's turned to a whole lot of fun. And then
Absolutely.
I knew you were doing your thing with the
Uh-huh.
showcase, and I thought I'd give that a shot, and that really helped me do a lot more with the Stevie thing because I've always done
I'm glad to hear
my
that.
own thing. Yeah, yeah. So I actually sing in a dinner show on iDrive, and
Okay.
I do a
The
Stevie
Rock
there.
Dinner
So
Show.
the Rock Forum show. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, the
Yep.
forum show, and that helped you because I've run into you a couple of times, and I believe you told me that from doing the Stevie Wonder showcase, people are like, "Oh, we want to hire Rick as Rick too."
Exactly. So I mean, it's helped in so many different ways, and I
Hmm.
get to sing. I mean, Stevie Wonder is, of course, everybody's favorite. You can't not like Stevie.
Right.
He writes great music. If he keeps working at it, he'll make it. We don't know. He's
But, we can only hope.
If he sticks to it, it's just a hobby for him right now. But he's got so many great things. So you never run out of material, and we have a great
Right.
time with it. So it's a lot of
Right.
fun. A lot of fun.
Well, how about giving us a couple of songs here, bud?
I will definitely do that. Like you mentioned, I do so many other things with bands and stuff. So lately with my band, we've been going back to some of the things I grew up with. I want to start singing some of the things that I grew up with and love. So we'll do a couple of those things.
That sounds good. Well, take it away, ladies and gentlemen. Here's Rick Melvin.
Thank you, sir. A little bit of James Ingram and Quincy Jones. Compliment what she does. send her roses just because. If it's violin she loves, let them play. Dedicate her favorite song and hold her closer all night long. Love her today. Find 100 ways. Whoa. Don't forget there could be an old lover in a memory. If you need her so much more, why don't you say? And maybe she has it in her mind that she's just wasting her time. You got to ask her to stay. Find 100 ways. Whoa. Being cool won't help you keep your loved one. You'll just blow your chance. Take the time to open up your heart. That's the secret of romance. Ooh, sacrifice if you can. Buy her some moonlight to wear. If it's one more star she wants, go all the way. And in your arms tonight, she'll reflect that she owes you the sweetest of debts. If she wants to pay, find 100 ways, yeah. Here we go. One of the greatest keyboard solos I've ever heard. Who fill her arms tonight? She'll reflect that she owes you sweetest of debts when she wants to pay. Find 100 ways. Oh, you got to believe, yeah. Find another day. Find 100 ways. Yeah, ooh, baby, yeah, for today. Find 100 ways. Whoa, hold her in her arms and love for today. Find 100 ways. Oh, come on, girl, and love for 100 ways. A little bit of James Ingram for you there.
All right. Nice job. Yay.
Thank you. And
Yeah.
they went crazy.
They went crazy. Now, I would imagine you know several dozen, if not a few or many hundred songs. How many do you think you know?
Well, man, I tell you, in some of the stuff in the books I have, it adds up to about 1,300.
No kidding.
If I could just remember words, I'd be awesome.
That's what iPads are for.
Oh my God, it's made me lazy, but it saved my butt a million times. That's for sure.
I bet.
Yeah.
You got another one ready for us?
I do. I actually am going to do a little bit of Stevie with everything that's going around today. I've been looking for. He's got so many great message songs, but lately this one has said it all. So I'm gonna try to pull this up. Okay.
Take it away.
All right. Good morning or evening, friends. Here's your friendly announcer. I have serious news to pass on to everybody. What I'm about to say could mean the world's disaster, could change your joy and laughter to tears and pain. It's that love's in need of love today. Don't delay, send yours in right away. Yeah. Hate's gone around, breaking many hearts. Stop it, please, before it's gone too far. Oh, say yeah. Whoa, oh, yeah. Love. Yeah, yeah. Oh. The force of evil plans to make you its possession, and it will if you let it destroy everybody. We all must take precautionary measures. If love and peace you treasure, then hear me when I say, oh, that love's in need of love today. Don't delay, send yours in right away. Oh, you know that hate's gone round, breaking many hearts. Stop it, please, before it's gone too far. Oh, love's in need of love today. Don't delay, send yours in right away. Oh, hate's going around, breaking many hearts. Stop it, please, before it's gone too far. Oh. That's one of my favorite Stevie songs. It's so apropos for today.
Yeah, that's a great song. That's a great song.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you joining me on here tonight.
Yes,
and
sir.
And I noticed, I can see into the green room even when you're not up on screen. So I saw you had a picture behind you there. Did you want to share that with us, or were you trying to?
I said, let me try to put something up. Everybody's walls look so nice, but you know, this Friday, Greg, I will be turning 60 years old.
Get out of town.
Jesus. They say black don't crack.
So. That's right, apparently.
And beige don't age.
I don't know about that.
But no, I was going to show a picture. Everybody's got great pictures. I have a 2-year-old.
Yep.
Go figure. And that's me and my baby and my mama, my lovely wife, Felicia. And that was when he was born. And he is actually my first, and he is everything.
Is he your first?
He is my first. I was too busy being selfish, man, traveling and doing all the stuff I was doing. So
did you know you had that much love inside of you?
This is what I love about you, Greg Thompson. You have the perfect way of saying everything. And yes, it was quite the surprise to find out I still had love left.
Yeah, he said, I love him so much.
Oh my
I
God,
didn't
man,
know.
it's everything. I love those two. They're everything. So they've
Yeah.
made me kind of lazy with my business, but it's a great thing. It's a great thing.
Hey,
But
yeah, trust me, that is not a bad thing to spend whatever time you can with your family.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's a
You know
wonderful
that.
thing. Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. Well, listen, I appreciate it. I will see you on Facebook and you be
Mhm.
good. And if there's anything I can do to help you out, except babysit, because I'm not good at that.
Damn,
Uh,
you took the words right out of my mouth, my friend. No,
all right.
actually, man, like I said, if they want to look for me, I'm actually out of the villages doing some things. The driveway concerts are becoming pretty popular. So a friend of mine called that I know up there, and we're the 21st of July. We're going to be out there. So if you want to call me out to do those kind of things, give me a
How
call
can they
on Ricky
find you?
D Melvern on Facebook
Hmm.
or Rick Melvern Music on Facebook.
Okay, cool.
Thanks
Rick
for
D.
the time, my
Melvin.
friend.
Anytime, and I appreciate you being patient with me because I had some things going on there, but we got you on. You did a wonderful job. Everybody thoroughly enjoyed it, and we'll catch you later. Okay.
We'll see you later, buddy. Be good.
All right, you
Bye
too.
bye.
Thanks, everybody. That was Rick Melvern, and once again, you can contact him. Please friend him. At least give him a thumbs up or something on Facebook. Rick D. Melvern, and we're going to jump right in here and get into my next guest, and this is going to be so much fun. Dame, are you there?
Oh, oh yes, Greg, I am. I'm trying to catch my breath after watching Rick in the green room, Greg. Oh, he was. I have to say, Greg, I think he made me moist. He did.
Oh,
Oh, and
well,
your
Dame.
I know, and your first guest, Matrina, she's lovely. Greg, she's very attractive. Perhaps I have lesbian qualities, I don't know, but I just, first two guests, they've got me just speechless, Greg.
Well, I didn't realize it, but I started off with a guest with pink hair, and now I have a guest with purple hair. So I'm covering the whole rainbow tonight.
Well, and a guest between us that had no hair, so isn't that scrumptious?
I see him in the green room laughing. So there we
Well,
go.
I'm glad he's laughing. I'm glad he's laughing. And I was so sad to hear he was married with a child, but God bless him. God bless him. Because, Rick, I know you're listening, Possum. You did. You got me a little moist, which is rare. Rare these days in quarantine.
Well, moist. I mean, I said moist. I was thinking you got me
You
saying
just
that
said-
word.
you
No,
just said
I
the
said the
word,
word.
Greg.
I've
You
never
said it.
said that word, and now I said it. See what you made me do. Well, Dame, I tell you what. Would you like to have the room by yourself for a little while?
I would just love a few minutes, Greg, to talk to the possums that are watching here tonight.
Absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here is Dame Edna. Take it away, Dame.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Hello, possums. Oh, I'm so excited. You know, as a foreigner, I know you Americans, you're not used to being on lockdown as you've been. And now I understand most of the states in your United States are having a soft opening. Well, congratulations on your soft opening. If I had a sign around my neck, possums, that said soft opening, well, it would be an oxymoron because I haven't had a soft opening in years. I think if I were to have a soft opening, you'd need a crowbar and a huge quantity of KY jelly that you might get at the local BJ's. And I don't know, there's something rather peculiar saying I'm going to BJ's to get some KY jelly. But I got stuck here in the States, possums. I got stuck right here in your United Lovely States. And there's been some special things during the quarantine. I think most of your auto insurance companies gave you a little bit of a refund. That's scrumptious. But the best thing I loved, I got a gift that keeps on giving. I had to go to the bank to make a deposit. Not like going to BJ's to make a withdrawal. But when I got to the bank, they gave me this lovely gift. They sent me my my receipt, my deposit receipt, in this lovely tube. Isn't it just lovely, Possums? And I thought, what a scrumptious gift, because it's like the Oscars. It's practically hermetically sealed. And so when I'm out and about in your soft opening, I like to carry my special somethings in them so they don't get the COVID, Ooh. But I have to give a shout out to Greg. I'm so happy that Greg's had me on his show. I first met Greg Thompson. Such the hunk. Didn't make me moist. Not like Rick. But I first met him in 2008. And I don't think he knows this, but when I was doing my shows in the early 2000s, I used to end my shows. I don't anymore. I try to change things up. I used to end my shows with warning labels, because you Americans, you need labels, or else you'll burn something metallic in the microwave. And so it got to the point where people were sending me information about warning labels and lawsuits. So I thought I'd share this special one with Greg, especially since he lives in Florida and there's all kinds of oceans about. So somebody sent me this lovely article. It was about a malfunctioning implant. This man, I've got to read it, excuse me for turning away from the camera. This man, in a Rhode Island Supreme Court, he won $400,000 in damages, Possums, because it was a lawsuit over a penile implant that was malfunctioning. It gave him a 10-year erection. Most of my ex-lovers and my ex-husband, well, he's not ex, he's dead, really. They didn't have an erection that lasted 10 seconds, but this man, poor man, he had it for 10 years. So here's the story. Charles Chick Lennon, Chick was his nickname. Now, if only his nickname, or his full name was Richard and Dick was his nickname, it'd make the article even that more funny. So Charles Chick Lennon, 68 years old, God bless him, he had installed the steel and plastic Dora 2. It was the Dora 2, so I hate to think what happened to the Dora 1. It was steel and plastic. And I thought to myself, Possums, what part is steel and what part is plastic? If the things that hang down, if they were steel, it would be like those little balls on someone's desk, If the wife was bored, she could just... But the steel and plastic implant, it was designed so that the man could raise his thing and then lower it. And I thought it sounds like an erector set crane. However, poor Chick, his thing was stuck in the up position, so he couldn't hug people. I guess that would be inappropriate, especially with family members. And he couldn't swim, which, Possums, truly, I don't understand why. Because if he was swimming, I would think with that thing sticking out, it would be like a dolphin's dorsal fin. He would just cut right through the water. Unless perhaps poor Chick could only do the backstroke, in which case his thing would be sticking up and it might be lunch for some seagulls. He couldn't ride a bike, and he couldn't wear a bathing suit or shorts. I guess he looked like a pop tent. So, Possums, he won $400,000 in that lawsuit for pain and suffering. All I have to say is, before we get back to Greg, is thank God it wasn't a hung jury. Did you like that, Greg? Did you like that? It's
a little too much, I'm afraid.
It's a true story, Possum. It's a true story.
Well, that's what makes it even better or worse. I don't know which.
I don't know. But Greg, do you have BJs in Florida?
Yes, we do.
Well, I'm glad for you. I'm glad that you have BJs.
And of course I snicker every time I see their sign.
Of course you do. It's like when I went to the mall. I went to a strip mall for the first time, Greg, and I saw a store called Staples. And believe it or not, they had Staples. So I was very excited to go next door to the store called Dick's. But then I was disappointed, Greg. I was disappointed, I must say.
Well, Dame, I have to ask you, what have you been doing? Because I know you normally travel a lot, and you perform. So, what have you been doing during this lockdown or quarantine?
Well, Greg, I've been stuck in this condo for a long time, and I can't travel, as you know. And so I've been trimming my bush. I've got a lot of shrubbery around the condo. So I've spent a lot of time, now that the weather is warmer, trimming my bush and planting flowers, planting happy flowers. We need some happy things, don't we?
Yes, we do. Well, I wanted to say that you especially look lovely tonight, and with your
don't I look scrumptious, Greg?
You just do.
I can't help it. I'm a gigastar, and I don't want to disappoint the fans. You, Greg, I don't know. You look like you just came back from an 80s disco party or something. You've got that Florida Don Johnson thing going on with your hairy chest sticking out of that shirt.
Yeah. Well, I do the best that I can, you know.
Well, you do it well, Greg. I've heard from your wife, your lovely wife, Jackie, who, I inspired her. I've seen that she's dyed her hair purple.
She did, and now, ironically, it's pink now. So she first dyed it purple, and Sunday she dyed it pink.
Well, I guess when she was laying next to you, you were having sort of like PTSD, thinking about me at Sunburst, and
that's what it was.
You were like poor Charles Chick Lennon. You just couldn't get it up, thinking you were sleeping with the dame, because you were seeing double, because you were seeing triple, because three of us with purple hair.
This is true.
It is true. It's like too many martinis, Greg.
Well, speaking of, I think I'm going to need one here shortly.
Well, it's been lovely seeing you, Greg.
It's been lovely having you on the show.
Well, it's lovely what you're doing, Greg. I have to say, you're doing so many different things.
I'm just going to name the overall show. What the hell is he doing now? And just call it a day.
But I love that show you've got. What's in my box? Is that what it's called?
No, it's What's in the Box. What's in
the box? I could do a show called What's in My Box.
Let's not go.
But I tell you, the box has been very empty of late. Very empty.
I'm going to guess right off the bat. Cobwebs? I don't know.
So many cobwebs that raids won't even help. This spray raid, it won't.
You're going to get me in so much trouble. I have family members who watch this show.
I know, but your lovely daughter, Madison, she's all grown up now. She's not a child. I think she experiences these kinds of adult things in life. Don't you think so, Greg? I mean, I saw that big swing hoop in her bedroom.
Okay. Dame, I got to go. Have you been drinking tonight?
No, Greg, you set me on fire, Greg. You set me on fire. I remember meeting you in that hallway in Vegas. It was a dark hallway. Nothing happened, Jackie. I kept my hands to myself. But he was so complimentary back in Vegas in 2008. Do you remember that, Greg?
I do. I specifically remember that.
We go back like a rocking chair, don't we, Greg?
We do. Well, listen, I'm going to have to get out of here, but I want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule and gracing us with your presence tonight. It's greatly appreciated.
Well, I greatly appreciate you, Greg, and all the work that you do for, I'm not particularly fond of impersonators, but they've got their special place in life. So I'm so glad for all that you do for other impersonators.
Well, thank you. It's joy. It really is, and there's so many nice and wonderful people. And even though we had to postpone the Sunburst Convention, because we like that word better than canceling, the love has poured out from people all over the world, literally.
Of course it has. Of course, yes.
And it's so we're going to have a big to do next year. And if you get a chance, maybe you could come by and visit us amongst all these impersonators. That would be nice.
I would love to, Greg. I would love to. I hope the planes are safe then.
Well, listen, I'm going to run. I'm going to go make me a martini since you mentioned one. It made me want one. So be good. Dame Edna, thank you. And for those of you who are watching, this has been Dame Edna. And, how's your manager, Scott Mason, doing?
Well, Greg, he takes advantage of me every chance he gets. He does. He uses me, Greg. He uses me. But you can look him up and you can talk to me on Facebook, and you can go to my manager on Facebook.
What's that?
Go ahead, Greg. You had a question?
No, I was going to say, how can they get a hold of Scott? Because I know you're under a steadfast contract with him, and they need to contact him to book you.
Well, no, Greg, they can contact you as well. Let's just make that clear. Yes.
Okay.
You have.
Absolutely.
Greg, you've got exclusive rights to my parts, Greg. You do.
Okay.
Only you, Greg. You're the only agent I will be exclusive for besides my own. Because you're a wonderful possum, and I mean that wholeheartedly, Greg.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate it. And
you can call Greg, or you can contact my bastard of a manager, Scott Mason. He's on Facebook. Just look up for Scott Mason. Look for the guy smoking a cigarette like he was back in the 1930s. That's the one. He likes to think he's young, Greg. He likes to think he's young, but he's an old fart. That's why I'm glad to have you, Greg. You'll live a lot longer than my current manager. So
okay, I hope
you
so.
will. You will. Oh. So yes, I'm yours exclusively, Greg. Besides Scott.
All right. Well, thank you for joining me, Dame Edna. I'm going to let you take off and do whatever you need to do tonight. And I will see you on Facebook and hopefully around the globe very soon, okay?
I hope so too, Greg. Good night, Possum.
Good night. Everybody, I want to thank you for joining me tonight. My guests have been Patrina, who performs as Pink, and she performed a couple of songs for us tonight. Always very entertaining, and what a voice. And also Mr. Rick Melvern, another wonderful, well-rounded entertainer who can sing his behind off virtually any style. And you can catch him performing around Central Florida. You can find him at Rick D. Melvern here on Facebook. And you can find Patrina at Pink Lookalike USA. I believe that's what she said. And also you can look up Scott Mason, who is Dame Edna's manager, or you can call me for any of these entertainers. Thank you for joining me. This has been fun. I'm looking forward to another show next Wednesday of Greg Thompson's Talent Showcase. Thanks for joining me. In the meantime, everyone, have a good day tomorrow, and bless your heart in the good way. Bye-bye.